Next up, we have a video that was captured in Huntsville not too long ago, and where Jesco goes through and talks about his early life experience. So let the video begin.
If you look at the von Braun team, I'm at headquarters. I'm the last one there. I mean, next year, in August 2012, it'll be 50 years, and NASA is much older than that. So you can't have any older guys by force. But I can tell you those years went by like nothing. I mean, just like yesterday. And when I come to Huntsville and try to, look for the old haunts and corners and so on, most of it is gone, which is sad. I get all nostalgic sometimes when I see, this one restaurant which is still there, 45 years old, it's a Mexican restaurant, or when I see my house on Montesano, which I still own. It's good rental property. Never sold it because of nostalgia, because I had the greatest years of my life up there. I was born in '33, so in 1945, at the end of the Second World War, I was just 12 years old. And when I saw this destruction around me, all the cities down in rubble, I asked my grandmother. We came just out of an air raid shelter. Munich, the city of Munich, was burning at the horizon, bright red, and in the sky you still had these Christmas trees, they called them, where airplanes had dropped tracking bombs to show the following bombing planes where to drop their bombs. I asked my grandmother what should become of me, and she showed me the stars. She gave me a book on astronomy. I realized it has to be a building up type profession, namely an engineer. Buildings have to be built up, bridges have to build, and so on. So I knew I need to become an engineer. Then I read science fiction, and I wrote science fiction later on in my studies to earn some money, which showed me two things. One is the future is not predestined. The future is what you make it to be. There are all kinds of futures out there, and it's not destiny in that sense that it's predestined and that you are in a rut. You are not in a rut. You can change it. So I said, okay, I decide my own future. And the other thing was that in science fiction you read a lot about spaceflight, and that made it clear to me that you need spaceflight one day as a very important lever on your world to open this closed system. A closed system, land, sea, air. This is really not your total ecology. There is space out there, the fourth domain. But in order to get there, get the energy from there, the resources from there, or put people out there, you need spaceflight. So this is how I came to the realization space engineer in space. And then that means I had an autopilot set at that time. And like a straight arrow, through my studies, through my letters to von Braun, through my coming to Huntsville, I followed that like an idiot. I mean, straight-laced. There were kind of, some wiggles in between, like a drunkard's walk. But basically, the direction was clear. I knew it early on that this was my work.
For those that work closely with Jesco, this is classic Jesco. Classic Jesco. He comes at you from a personal way, his personal experience, and tries to touch you on a personal level, and then get you engaged. It's sort of like putting a bait out there, and once you're hooked, you're hooked. Jesco was that kind of a person. I'd like to read a eulogy from Mark Uran. Mark would have liked to have been here, but wasn't able to come. So he submitted some words. There are few people that we encounter in life with the sense of honor and integrity and depth of conviction that was characterized by Jesco von Puttkamer. While most of us knew of Jesco solely as an inspirational colleague in the space exploration arena, he was a man of incredible intellect and humble spirituality. Jesco was, before all else, a studied philosopher, a seasoned student of the humanist school. Humanism is a philosophy that focuses on the evolutionary potential of human beings individually and collectively, and values individual thought and rational evidence over dogma and faith. Jesco dedicated his life to advancing our collective spiritual evolution through the human exploration of space. Jesco's personal philosophy and optimism for the future of humanity is well captured in a paper that he published in the Professional Journal of Educational Leadership in September of '83, at the beginning of the Space Shuttle era. In this work, he called on leaders to accept the challenge to achieve greater agreement on priorities by integrating intellect and intuition. To follow the passage clearly, Jesco's values and beliefs, it is in essence his personal raison d'etre. Science and technology have been created by the human mind as an instruments of evolution that can form humanity out of individual humans. For example, advanced satellite communications linked with TV can influence people's lives and interactions as profoundly as the Gutenberg press and the Gothen-Thayer linotype. In the long-range future, through communications and education, the powers of this instrument, science and technology, we will enable the coming together of humanity in ever greater collectives. With ever-increasing collective consciousness and ever-growing communal bonds between humans, as hunger and illiteracy, the two greatest barriers to a positive future, become obsolete and a sense of unanimity develops. In this model future, we will then see Earth and all humankind really as one whole. Spaceflight, with its technology and global cultural effects, may provide the potential for helping to bring peace on Earth, to advance human development towards humanity, towards humanity. This paradigm says that the conflicts of races, nations, and power blocks will one day come to an end, as did those of individual clans and city-states of the past. Today, as we memorialize Jesco's lifetime of personal achievement in the aerospace community, we also have the opportunity to reflect on his compelling philosophy of humanity. It is a philosophy that engages our relentless pursuit of social evolution through progress in science and technology, as we must carry on faithfully in his memory. Mark Iran.